Hello, everyone, and welcome to our 20-minute workshop on YNAB's quick budget feature. My name is Kelly. Now, using YNAB's quick budget feature is a powerful way for you to make your budgeting process faster and also help you prioritize. Budgeting is all about aligning your dollars with your priorities, and it's important that we give every dollar a job. But we don't need to start from scratch every time we budget. For some of our categories, we may have goals set up to help us plan ahead, and other categories may not change very much from one month to the next. Quick Budget will help us easily assign dollars to these categories so you can focus on making good budgeting decisions for the rest. So let's jump over to YNAB and see how all this works. All right, we're going to pretend like I'm sitting down to budget. I've got $1,880 to be budgeted. And I'm always asking myself the question, what do these dollars need to do before more money arrives? And Quick Budget can help me answer that question. All right, so I can also help me figure out what my money is going to do based on my goals and my past data. Now, my first priority is to cover my immediate obligations. These are my monthly bills, all those things that I know I have to pay for this month. Now, I've been budgeting for a while and tracking my progress, and I've set up some goals for some of these categories. The orange alert appears on these categories because I haven't budgeted enough money to meet my goals. And Quick Budget tells me it's going to take $2,105 to meet all of my underfunded goals in my immediate obligations. Well, I don't have that right now. I have $1,880. So we'll go ahead and prioritize. I know that my auto loan isn't due until after my next paycheck. So I really just need to focus on these first four bills in order for me to pay them before the next paycheck arrives. That's going to be $1,155, and I can do that. So we'll just go ahead and select that underfunded button. And look at that, I get that cute little green check mark telling me I've met all those goals. We've got $725 left to budget. Let's take a look at groceries. I know I need to eat, so this is definitely a priority. And my goal is $500 for the month. But Quick Budget tells me that I spent $350 last month. So I think I'm just going to budget that for now. Now, I also know that I need gas for the car. And my goal for that is $200 for the month. But I can see that my average spending in transportation is $158.75. So let's just do that for now. And I'll use the same approach for my true expenses. Let's select them all. Now, some of these categories are discretionary, so I did not add goals to all of them. So based on my average budgeting for all of these categories, I would need $665.42 to fund the averages. Well, I don't have that right now. I just have that 216.25. However, if I just budget enough to cover the underfunded goals, that would be 204.17, and I've got that. So let's do it. All right. So, although, I just realized that only leaves me with $12.08 left to be budgeted. And I know I need some dollars for some of these fun things down here. I plan on going out to dinner this weekend and hanging out with some friends. So that's not going to work. Now, fortunately, YNAB has an undo feature here on the web app. So if your quick budget results don't work for you, you can easily back up. So I'll just go ahead and undo that for now. Now, which of these are the most important true expenses for me to budget for? I know I have to budget for the car insurance to be ready for that bill. So we'll go ahead and take care of that. And I need a new pair of running shoes. And that's going to be, let's see, I've got a $50 goal in that clothing category, $15 left over from last month. My average spending on clothing is only $45. So let's just do that for now. And I've got $81 left. Let's take care of dining out so I'm not stressing about that. Now, Quick Budget tells me that my average spending is $86.67. That's more than I have right now. And, it's really more than I want to be spending for dining out. So I think I'm going to make a new goal for this category. I'm going to make it a monthly goal of $75. We'll see if we can cut back a little bit in that category. And then I'll go ahead and budget for that. And we'll put this last $6.25 in music. All right, and so now I've given every dollar a job. My to be budgeted is 0. And moving forward, I would just check my budget before I made my spending decisions. But what about on the phone? I'm sure some of you out there are prefer to use YNAB on your phone. Let's hop over there for a second, and I'll show you a few of the quick budget features on mobile. Let's imagine that I'm at the bank. I just got paid. I'm going to go ahead and deposit my paycheck so we have some money to budget with here. I just got a $650 paycheck. The payee is going to be who gave me that money, my employer. That money needs to be budgeted into that checking account. Now, all of the quick budget features are available on the mobile app under this cute little lightning bolt right up here in the top left. That gives me the global quick budget settings, the ones that are going to impact my entire budget. I know that I have some underfunded categories in my immediate obligations and my true expenses. Again, I know because I have these yellow alerts. So let's select all of the immediate obligations and then also all of those true expenses. That's going to be $555.42 for me to fund those all. Now, here's the key point I want to make. There is no undo feature on the mobile app, at least not yet. So when I tap underfunded, I want you to look at maybe my auto maintenance category here. You can see that it starts the process of budgeting the money, but until I click on this cute little check mark here, it doesn't apply those changes. So if I change my mind, I can just use this little X here to back out, and you can see everything goes back to where it was. But if I'm certain that's what I want to do, again, I can use that little lightning bolt. I can do my immediate obligations and my true expenses. Again, we'll watch that auto maintenance category, tap underfunded, click that check mark, and it applies those changes. And then that last $94.58, I think I'll put down here in my vacation category. All right, and so now I've given every dollar a job. Those dollars are available for me to spend. And the cool thing is that using Quick Budget can really help us speed up the budgeting process and make it easier to answer the question, what does my money need to do? But you always want to review your categories to make sure that your dollars are in line with your priorities. Automation is great, really convenient, right? But your goals can change over time, and you want to make deliberate decisions about what your money needs to do for you, right? That's what matters most. So at this point, if you guys have any questions about using Quick Budget in YNAB, you can send those on over in that question and answer window. I'm happy to stick around and answer those for a bit here. One came right on over from John. Can I copy my budget into next month? Yeah, so the short answer is yes, though you want to be careful about making sure that you're following the first rule of YNAB. We're only budgeting the money we have right now. I'm just giving my budget a second here to sync up with my mobile app real quick. Usually that takes about 10 seconds. There we go. All right, so let's say that I got paid again today. It's a pretty nice Friday, huh? I got paid 3 times. The money's coming from my employer. I just made $2,600. All right, so if I jump forward from March to April, let's say I'm already finished funding all of March. The really, really handy button is to use this budgeted last month button. Okay, that's going to basically duplicate the budgeted column from the previous month into the current month. And so you can see since I've got $2,600 available for me to budget, and it's only going to take $2,530 to budget the same as last month, I can do it. I'll go ahead and select that. YNAB warned me this is going to have an impact on the entire budget. And yes, I am sure that's what I want. And there we go. You can see a carbon copy of the budget column from the previous month. Now, if I were to try to do that again in May right now, you'd see that it has a pretty negative impact on my budget. I went ahead and I just put $2,400 of fake money into my budget. So you want to make sure that you have enough money available to fund for whatever quick budget button you're choosing in your to be budget before you apply those changes. But no worries, we're on the web app. I can just undo, go back in time. Good question, John. The other nice thing too is if you were just to create a goal in every category, that would give you that budget template. You would know exactly how much money it takes for you to fund the entire month based off of those goals. And then you would know if what you have right now is enough to fund them all. How you guys feeling? Anyone learn anything new in this class that they plan on using in their own budget? I'd love to hear that too. Why are some categories orange? Another great question. So, orange in a category means budget more. Okay. You may have a goal that's not funded completely. Maybe you have some overspending in a category using a credit card. Either way, the solution is the same. You add more money to the budget column. You might need to remove that money from a different category in order to apply that. For example, if I put nothing in my groceries category here, you can see that it's orange because I have a monthly goal of $500 for groceries. If I put half of that in there right now, you can see my little pie chart tells me I'm halfway there, but I still don't quite have that $500 yet. Even if I'm very, very close to being there, it still shows orange until I hit that $500 goal. And it'll stay green even if I continue past that goal amount. So orange means budget more. Another nice question down here about the set available amounts to zero button and the reset budgeted amounts buttons. Yeah, those are fun. These are we say these are for like the YNAB to power users, people that have been using YNAB for a long time, because it can cause some changes that might be confusing at first. So let's jump back to February here. I like the set available amounts to zero at the end of the month because it's a great way to clean up any extra money in your categories and apply it to your to be budgeted. For example, I typically don't let money carry over from one month to the next in my immediate obligations. I like to zero these numbers out. And so the set available amounts to zero is going to remove whatever the amount you have available from the budget column. If there's nothing available, then nothing will be changed in that budget column. So I'll show you what that looks like. Remember, there's $5 in electric, 12 in water left over. Once I apply that, you can see now there's no money left in those categories, and that money is going to be available for me to budget in the future. Now, the other option, we'll undo that, is the reset budgeted amounts. And what that is going to do is it's going to turn all of the budget numbers here to zero, which can have a negative impact on your budget if you already have some spending. For example, I've already spent my rent. So if I were to take this $900 out of my budget column, it would show as negative $900 of overspending in my rent category. And so you can only imagine how much that impacts the budget when you do it for the entire budget. We'll go ahead and reset budgeted amounts. And you can see I get a lot of red overspending in my budget, kind of a big deal. So that's really only good to use in months where you haven't had any spending yet, or if you go in and manually fix that overspending right when it happens. I'm going to go ahead and undo that now. Great questions, you guys. So I am going to give you a link to our next workshop. It's called Saving Money on Groceries. It's going to be starting at the bottom of the hour. If you have any other questions about using Quick Budget, you can send those on over now. If you're feeling pretty comfortable, send me a smiley face. I definitely don't want to cut anyone off, but I'm also not going to keep you here past any curiosities you may have. Here is that link to the next workshop in that chat window. And it's a great one. People, I think groceries is the most notoriously overspent category in our budgets. And I'm going to be giving you some very practical tips on ways to reduce your grocery spending by organize your budget differently, and then also some practical tips and tricks with some app suggestions and resources on ways to cut back at the grocery store. All right, I appreciate those smiley faces. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Friday. Hopefully, I'll see you again sometime. Take care, and as always, happy budgeting.